It's been shown to lead to higher grades at school, to less absenteeism, less self-reported drug and alcohol misuse, and less school-based problems. It develops skills and confidence that are beneficial both in school and out of school for young people. These are life skills. So, and as I say, that's why we feel it's an important programme to introduce. So the last thing I just want to say is about the collaboration, and this really is a collaboration of a range of different organisations. When we came across the programme and met Brenna earlier this year, we were looking at who could we partner with in order to deliver the programme. And I think we were very lucky when we approached Jim McVeigh in the VEC that he very quickly saw the value of the programme. He acted really quickly, and he's really been responsible for bringing the youth services in particular on board and the schools. The implementation model that we've chosen is about identifying strategic partners so that we can introduce the programme, and Archways will support the delivery. So the other thing that we think is important about this collaboration is that it maximises existing local resources to meet the needs of the most vulnerable children. So this programme isn't so much about spending a lot of additional money. There will be some small costs involved in the programme, but it's primarily about using existing resources, existing staff in a very different way. We feel the other value of the programme is that it will give people the opportunity of working in a new and different way, as Sarah said earlier on, and will give really effective feedback mechanisms so that people will know what impact the work they're doing is having. So finally, we're going to be researching and evaluating both the process, in other words the partnership and how it's working, and how the programme feels like for the different people that are going to be involved. So will it be a good experience for the youth services, will it be a good experience for the schools, as well as the outcomes of the programme, so in other words what change it's going to affect. And I suppose I hope that maybe in 2 years' time I'll be back here telling you about what the results from that research is, and telling you about the real difference that I feel this programme can make in the lives of children and young people.
Aileen, thank you very much. You can hear me without a microphone, I think, can't you? For about 20 years in the 1970s and 1980s, I worked in a place called the Curriculum Development Unit, which was attached to the City of Dublin Vocational Education Committee and to Trinity College Dublin. And during that time, anyone, I think, who worked in that kind of environment came to an understanding of just how important in our total education system the VECs are, with their responsibilities not just for schools and people doing what would now be junior cert and leaving cert, but for a whole range of other activities which are just as, in fact many would say, more important than the formal schooling for youth, for the range of youth groups and in their areas, for literacy, for informal education, for post-leaving cert courses, for youth reach programs, a whole range meeting the actual needs of students all over the country. And our next speaker, Dr. Maire Griffin, is CEO of one of the biggest vocational education committees in the country. I'm very pleased to ask her to address us now.
Wonderful to hear the work of the whole work of the VEC being described in that manner, because certainly there wouldn't be that complete understanding in every department of all the work that the VEC does. And I suppose our main mission is to be a provider of integrated education services, and that's certainly what you've described there, and I think is exemplified by the programme that is being described here today. I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here at the launch today, and I also want to welcome my colleagues
many of them from the committee from County Dublin VEC. I see Councillor Gus O'Connell down there. And also from many of the schools and colleges across County Dublin VEC, not just the 3 schools who are involved in this pilot programme here, Dean's Rath Community College, Manseskin Community College and St Kevin's Community College. And also my colleagues from the youth services, and in particular, as Aileen noted, Jim McVeigh, who has been the spearhead of this programme and the involvement of County Dublin VEC schools and staff in this youth service approach to an initiative for young people in the 3 areas of Clondalkin and Tallaght. Now, the Mentoring for Achievement programme is essentially, as Aileen noted, a transfer programme supporting young people as they move from 6th class in national school through the summer break into 1st year in 2nd level. And anybody who's been involved in education at either primary or 2nd level will know that this is a critical time for young people and has been identified as such by Emer Smith in her research for the ESRI and logged in the number of schools that she did for the Moving Up research. But you might say, if you've been also involved in schools, haven't we been doing that for years? We have been trying to ease the transition, and particularly in our disadvantaged schools where we have seen the problems it causes over many, many years now. But I suppose the difference in this programme is, and again Aileen has noted it for you, it's the first move in developing a menu of tried and tested, evidence-based, objective programmes, and in this case a youth programme. And the Mentoring for Achievement programme is going to give us evidence that hopefully will allow us to identify good practice that we can use to be mainstreamed elsewhere. And that's the value of this piece and the value that Dr. Bry brings with her in the programme from the United States. County Dublin VEC has a long history in providing a supportive and caring learning environment for its pupils and has been to the forefront in many initiatives for young people in that regard. We believe, as a provider of integrated education services, that we have a mission to support young people who are having difficulty in coping in the school setting. And in that regard, we have tried a number of different initiatives to, I suppose, to ease transition and also to help young people when they're in schools. And to do that, we couldn't do it unless we worked in partnership with a whole range of other agencies. And that would include CPLN. Aileen mentioned the education group that started the Incredible Years programme many, many years ago, and I was involved in that, I think, many years ago myself, and recognise the great work that has been undertaken there. CPLN has also been involved in many other new initiatives, not least programmes in assisting young people from disadvantaged areas in getting into 3rd level. And Brian Fleming, who is one of our retired principals, is here today, and he's been instrumental in that approach, again with CPLN partnership. We have also partnerships with the Children's Services Committee and in this case South Dublin Children's Services Committee, which we are involved with many of the partners here today, and I see many of my colleagues here from the NEWB, and also they would be supporting these young people as they make the transition also. We also, as you are probably aware, have a new role in primary school education. We have now got 3 primary schools, community national schools, and one of our principals is here today, Trasilo. But long before that, we would have been involved in working with the local primary schools where we have 2nd level schools, because we don't see ourselves as working in isolation. Unless we work with everybody in the community, we won't be doing the best we can for the young people there. And again, the representatives from those primary schools are here today, and I see Eoin O'Neill, the new principal of the primary school in Dean's Rath, and I want to wish him every success. He'll be taking on this pilot now. He's receiving it from Ben Dudlin, so I want to wish him every success.